right. Let me see if this thing will come on. All right, people. You make sure all this stuff is right. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Let's make sure all this stuff is right. Because let me see. Hold up. All right, everything is good, I think. Everything is good. All right, so what's poppin', people? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this one, I'm going to be talking about, the keys to my success with women. Because I had, a dude hit me up and he was like, yo, what is some of the stuff that you do specifically, or what did you have to do to really get good at, making this shit pop? You feel what I'm saying? And so the main thing that I got to tell you guys is this, right? Is that the main key to really, for in what I've noticed in what I've been doing to really get good at interacting with women, and not even just with women, but just, getting shit done in life, anything you're trying to make happen, anything you're trying to really get going, is that you have to be aware. You have to have some awareness about yourself. So you have to be aware of what's going on within you and what's going on around you, right? So when you're aware, that's the thing that's going to make it easier for you to, get shit popping out here. So for example, let's say, a lot of guys out there, what's going on, oh Johnny, what's popping? So a lot of guys out there, they will say, why am I not getting girls? Why is shit not going on for myself, right? And what they don't realize is that they are doing a lot of nice guy type of joints. They're being on that nice guy type of shit, right? So if they were aware, they would have noticed that a lot of times when guys do that nice guy type of shit, it doesn't work out. So when you're aware of this, you say, oh, well, how about I not do that type of stuff? What's going on, Louis? Don J, what's up? Engie Nerd, what's going on? Or NG Nerd? What's popping? So yeah, a lot of it, it's about awareness. And see, a lot of guys are not really aware of what's going on. They're not in touch with reality. You feel what I'm saying? So, I get a lot of dudes that they hit me up and they keep talking about this whole, looks thing. They're like, oh, it's all about looks. Everything is about looks. Oh yeah, the calling number is 646-481-3901. Right? So guys are always talking about, oh, it's all about looks, it's all about money. See, these dudes aren't aware of reality. So I always notice that a guy who talks all that shit, he's the type of dude I can tell that doesn't really get a lot of women, or he doesn't attract a lot of women because he doesn't really understand what's going on. He's not aware of what's going on. Samaj Major, what's popping? What's going on? So yeah, so it's really about like awareness. That's the key to really making shit pop. So it's you basically being in touch with yourself. You got to be aware about you first of all. Like, how do you feel when you're doing certain things? How are things working out for you in whatever you're doing? Do you need to improve? Do you need to get better at this? Should you stop doing this? Should you do more of this? All this comes from you being aware of what's going on with yourself. Peace Lord 06 was popping. The Rays was going on. But yeah, it's all about awareness. So what a lot of guys don't understand is that the awareness of you understanding how you are is going to be the thing that's going to help you out in the long run. Sweet Fat Betty, what's going on? And so, for example, if you know that, or if you're aware that you are always hesitating when you want to go and approach a girl, that's something that you can say, oh shit, I notice I keep doing this, so let me work on that. See, it's about you observing yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And so a lot of times guys don't observe themselves, and then they just basically try to rationalize why certain shit isn't really working for them. So they'll be like, oh, the reason why I didn't get this girl is because I'm not good looking enough. So it's just an easy scapegoat just to say that. Kid Pump, what's going on? What's popping? Calling number, people, 646-481-3901. So if you want to call up, call up. Oh, and I'm going to be, the Bad Boy Seminar is coming out by Monday, actually. So if you guys are waiting to see the Bad Boy Seminar, it's coming out on Monday. And, in order for you to get it, or in order for you to see it, you either have to be a Bad Boy member. So make sure you guys join, the Bad Boy membership. Or you're just going to have to buy the DVD by itself. So, you can do either one of those things. You feel me? But yeah, a lot of it really is about, awareness. If you are aware of what's going on around you and within you, the game's going to be a little bit more easier for you. Or I should say, you're going to go in a further direction than you are. Because if you're not aware of certain things, you're going to keep making the same mistakes. And this is why a lot of guys in the game, they make a lot of mistakes because they're not aware of the mistakes they're making. If you're aware of the mistakes you're making, then you can fix it. If you don't even know you're making a mistake, how are you going to fix it? How are you going to get from here to here if you don't even know you're doing the wrong shit? You see what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, it's not, the reason why it's hard for people to understand what they need to do in the game, a lot of times has to do with their ego. You understand? So what I mean by this is, a lot of times you identify with a certain thing, and then because you identify with that, or you make that identity or whatever it is that you attach yourself to, you make that be the thing that gives you a sense of like self, but it's just really your ego. So if I say something or somebody says something or something goes contrary to what you think you are, then you basically get on the defensive. You get on attack mode, basically because you don't want your identity is on attack or it's being attacked. So instead of learning what you need to learn, you're basically wasting time trying to protect your ego. So for example, this is what I mean. Let's say I'll give you a good example. Every time when I talk about MGTOW, right? A lot of dudes who identify with MGTOW, they get sensitive as fuck. You see what I'm saying? They get sensitive as hell. Because I remember I made a video a while ago, and basically I said, in the video I said, what's the point in calling yourself a MGTOW? Right? That's what I was asking. What's the point? Because MGTOW stands for men going their own way. But as a man, that's what you should be doing anyway. So when you are saying you're a man going your own way, it's kind of like, what's the point of saying it when you should be that in the first place? You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm just saying that as something to discuss. You understand? I'm asking, what's the point? What is that about? Why? Why should we do that? What's the point, right? So now, saying that within itself is a level of awareness, seeing what's going on and questioning things and doing all that other stuff. So now, when a person who identifies as MGTOW, instead of hearing the question and actually thinking about it critically, soon as I say something about MGTOW that they think I'm attacking them, they, instead of actually looking at the fucking question and thinking about it and thinking about it critically and having a discussion about it, soon as I say MGTOW, it's like, oh, you're attacking MGTOW. Oh, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like they get all defensive because they feel like I'm attacking their identity. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is that if you are aware, if you step back, if you let go of that ego, if you let go of that identity and just look at shit for, what it is and what's going on, then you can learn things. You understand? Because as soon as you attach yourself to this fucking identity, it's gonna fuck your learning up. And this is the same thing that happened when you guys try to go out there and talk to women and do all this other shit. It's like, if you think that the reason why you get in a whole bunch of chicks is because of your money, and you think that the money is the thing that makes her like you, You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, this girl might be dealing with you because you have money, because she's a gold digger, or she's trying to get a whole bunch of paper and all this other stuff. But you might think it's because, oh, she's, it's because I'm cool, and it's because I got this nice car, and since I got this swag, that's what makes me confident. That's what makes me cool, and and you understand. So then you get tricked into thinking that that's you. So if you lose your car, or you lose your money and the shit don't go down, then you're upset, or you're angry because you weren't aware that the only reason why this chick was fucking with you was because of your car and your money. You feel what I'm saying? But then when somebody tries to tell you, hey, listen, this is what it is, you got to be aware of what's really going on. You got to be aware of the fact that this chick is only fucking with you because you got, she's trying to get paper off you. And there's some guys, they know. So if you know that it is what it is, then that's perfect, because at least you know. And instead of you being sort of like, oblivious to the shit, and then when the shit goes a certain way, you're getting upset. You feel what I'm saying? What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yeah, this is Charles. I'm calling out of Portland, Oregon.
What's going on, man? What's poppin' with you?
Hey, I just discovered your YouTube channel. I've watched a few videos and try to get dating advices, and one particular person showed up. I forget his name. Coach Derek Wayne or something like that. And your video came up in the suggestions, so I started watching or whatever. Got a little bit of advice, but this is my question I have to ask you, because I have this is where I have the most challenge in, is because I'm what people might consider a pretty boy. So what most chicks, when I approach them, they assume that I already got a bunch of chicks lined up, or already got a girl, or already got somebody who I'm talking to. So how can I get past that? Like, because most chicks won't even give me the opportunity, because they assume that I'm already with somebody. I don't know if you can like relate to that, but I know you got a bunch of advice that you can give, Right. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I feel what you're saying. But see, the thing is with that, what you got to understand is that there's going to be a lot of women that are out there who, and this is like the thing that sort of like backfires, that guys don't understand about if a guy is good looking or a woman thinks he's good looking. Like you said, they're going to assume that you got a whole bunch of girls. They're going to assume you're a player. They're going to assume this. They're going to assume that. So what it is that first you got to understand that there's going to be girls that are going to be so insecure that that's going to be an issue regardless. So there's going to be certain girls that you're probably going to miss out on regardless, based off the fact that they think that. You understand? Because you can't really, once a chick has made up her mind a lot of times, or she sees you a certain way, and she feels like she can't really make it happen, you understand? It's gonna be like a hard thing to really connect with that chick. So some of those girls, you're just gonna have to charge them to the game just up front, because it ain't gonna go down, right? Then, but also, if you could have a girl who's like that, but what you have to do sometimes is that you have to sort of, in a way, I don't want to say play it up, but more so like it has to be extremely clear that you are into her. You understand what I'm saying? So like, let's say for example, you talking to this chick or whatever, and she thinks like, oh, you got all these girls or whatever and all this other stuff, and in a way you could be like, listen, I do get girls here and there, and it is what it is, but I'm gonna tell you, there's something about you that I'm really feeling, and we need to explore this and make this happen. You understand what I'm saying? So take my number. Okay. Here's my number. So it's sort of like you're letting her know, like, okay, I'm confirming. You understand, like, what you think, because what you think could be true. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you say it's not, they're gonna think you lying. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't want to say, yeah, I got mad chicks, I got mad bitches all over the place, because then they're going to be intimidated. You feel what I'm saying? So you could be somewhere in the middle where it's like, yeah, I see girls here and there and everything, but, at the same time, most of them, I don't really be feeling them like that. And it's something about you. I don't know what it is. Like, I feel this, like, thing with you. I really want to, you know what? Let's go out for a drink one time. Let's see what it is. And then, let's see where we could go from there. So it's sort of like you got to put her in a situation where you're letting her know, like, look, I know you feeling this way, but I gotta let you know that we should do this because I'm actually really, 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 really feeling you. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to sort of drive it home to those girls, because a lot of those girls, they're going to dismiss themselves before anything can happen. It's literally like, when you like, a guy sees a really hot chick and then he wants to go talk to her, but then he doesn't because he feels like she's not gonna want to get with him. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's it's the same shit. The women, they'll see you, they'll talk to you, they'll figure, oh, this nigga ain't gonna really try to get with me, or if he does try to get with me, he's probably just playing. He's gonna take my number, call me a few times, and ignore me. He's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to sort of make it clear, like, yo, listen, I really want to do this. I'm really feeling you. Let's go on. Let's get a drink one time. If everything is cool, we gonna continue. If not, then we go our separate ways. But look, let's give this a try. You feel what I mean? I'm feeling you. I know you feeling me. Let's make something happen. You understand? So when you bring it to that level, sort of like bringing down her fears, because then she's gonna be like, damn, okay, I guess this guy really sort of does, feel me, or he is liking me. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same way where if that guy sees that girl who he's intimidated by, but then next thing you know, let's say she looks at him and she starts smiling at him. You feel what I'm saying? So now he feels a little bit more like, oh, I probably could go get this chick. I probably could make it happen. You feel what I'm saying? So it's that type of thing. Like, it has to be a little bit more from your end, showing that interest to sort of make her, fears die down in a sort of way. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And I'm loving the advice, and keep doing your thing, and I appreciate it. And definitely. One of the particular videos that I saw of yours is where you was like discussing how looks didn't matter.
Right.
And it really doesn't, because I'm what they consider a pretty boy, and I'm having a hard time. I have like zero chicks because I'm shy.
Right.
And most chicks who I do find the courage to approach, it's like it's hard to talk to them because they can't get besides the fact that I'm attractive or whatever, so they become intimidated. So it's kind of hard for me.
Right.
So I need to like figure out other ways of trying to get the chick to be attracted to me.
That's what I be trying to tell dudes.
Feel so intimidated.
That's what I try to tell dudes out here, because your looks, what your looks do is it gives you attention. You understand? See, I don't want guys to get it confused and think like, oh, well, if you look good, it's not going to do anything. Nah, chicks will check you out if they think you're attractive, but that's where it stops, because a woman is still passive generally. You feel what I'm saying? So that means you as the man, you still got to do this shit. You still got to make it happen. You still got to put that shit together. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. Definitely, it is what it is.
You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right. And thank you for the advice, man. I definitely took notes, and I'm gonna continue to listen to you.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I appreciate that, man.
Get back to your show, and I'm gonna continue listening in, brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, peace. Later. Yeah, man. I be trying to tell you guys, it's not just about the looks, B. I be trying to tell y'all, there's a lot of guys that are typical quote unquote good looking dudes, and then they talk to these chicks or they try to get with shit popping, and it's not as easy as guys think it is. It's not as easy as and again, that's what I was talking about with this awareness shit. You got to be aware of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be aware of the shit, because if you're not aware of it, you're gonna be like scratching your head like, what the fuck? And see, the thing that makes you aware of what's going on is when you step back and look at things from an objective standpoint. Like, forget about everything that you think is right or wrong or whatever. Just look at how shit goes. Because if you're a guy who is honest with himself, and it takes a level of honesty to be aware like this, because you have to look at things in reality and look at it on a realistic plane. If you're walking around, you'll see guys who are not that good looking, probably guys you feel like you're better looking than, or you think you're better looking than, with girls that you would love to be with, girls that are hot. So you got to say to yourself, oh shit, well, I guess it's not really just about the looks, because I see all these guys out here. It's not like you just saw one guy in your life. Nah, you see this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. You're like, damn, how the fuck did he get her? How did he get her? You feel what I'm saying? When I was younger, I used to get pissed off about that shit. Like, I used to see bad chicks with these goofy ass looking dudes, either nerdy looking dudes, and I'd be tight. You understand? Because that made me realize that I was full of shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because I thought it was all about looks. Who we got in the room? We got Heat and Succeed, what's up? Dravidian Hustler, what's going on? Sticky E, what's going on? Dre the Great, what's up? Yeah, but that's what it is, man. You got to be aware of what it is and what's going on. And that's the key to really getting really successful with women, because you got to look at it from all angles, because you got to say, what am I aware about within myself? When I'm talking to girls, do I notice that I start to stutter and get nervous when I approach women? You know what I'm saying? So if you notice that, okay, cool, I noticed that, I gotta fix that. I noticed I hesitate when I want to approach these hot girls. I gotta fix that. I noticed that, you know, when I'm going on these dates, I usually get a whole bunch of first dates, and then the chicks just stop calling me. Like, what's going on with that? Is there something I'm doing that I need to fix? You understand? Is there a pattern within the women who don't call me back to the ones that do? Is there a pattern of me attracting certain type of women? You understand what I'm saying? You said back in the day when you saw a dude with a bad chick, you would think they have money or is hustling. Yeah, that's the thing. And some, you know, some of these guys do. They be hustling. They got money and all that other stuff. But a lot of them, you know, they still got chicks, just because they was just making it happen. Also, too, what a lot of guys got to understand is there's so many different ways for you to get women. Meaning, a lot of guys, when you think about, you know, getting girls, it's always this: I gotta approach some girl in the street. I gotta approach this girl in the street or at the club. So it's always this, you know, I gotta pick up the girl here. You can meet women through your friends, through social circle. You understand? You could have a friend who has a friend who knows that girl, or you go to a party, you know this guy at the party, you say, yo, who's that? Yeah, he introduces you. You understand what I'm saying? There's different ways to make this happen. You meet a chick online. You don't got to really go and approach every girl in the street. You can meet girls online if you know how to really do that well. This is why I say for guys to go to Bad Boy membership so that you can, you know, step that shit up. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, a lot of shit is about awareness, man. Because, yo, the other day I did a video and I was talking about how... Hold on, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. Let me take this. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hello, Mr. Locario.
What's going on? What's going on? Who's
I
this?
need some advice, brother.
Well, I'm good. What's going on? Who's this? What's your name?
My name is Jeffrey from San Diego.
All right. What's going on with you?
I need some advice, man.
Mm-hmm. What's up?
Honestly, I've been listening to your radio show for about a few weeks now, and you have some really good points, and that has improved my life.
Oh, that's what's up.
First of all, I just want to thank you for that.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I'm real nervous right now talking to you, but you know that seems to be my problem. When I'm up in front of a girl, I just can't get over it.
But the nervousness?
Yes.
Right. Well, see that again. That, you know, that comes with practice, man. You gotta keep practicing that, because the more you practice it, the less the nervousness is gonna be there, because a lot of times that nervousness comes from you wanting a specific outcome, or you worrying about how you look when you're talking to the girl. So the more that you practice talking to women, the more that you're gonna see that it's not really a big deal. It's not that serious. You know, you're gonna get used to it. And then as you get used to it, you're going to ease your way into the situations, and it's not going to be as nerve-wracking. So it's more so about you basically making it a habit. You feel what I'm saying? Because
exactly. That sounds right.
So you gotta make this shit a habit, because the more that you make it a habit, the easier it becomes. Because the nervousness really is coming, a lot of times it's coming from you not practicing it and not making it a habit. Because now it becomes like this thing where you see a girl and you want to talk to her. Then it's like, oh shit, there's this hot girl I want to talk to. Now it becomes an event. It becomes a big deal. It becomes like you're getting on stage or something. You understand? You're not making it an everyday thing like anything else. Like it's almost like if you know, like you don't get nervous when you're about to eat food, right?
No.
Because it's like, it's nothing. You eat food every day. It's like whatever. You don't think about it. You don't worry about it like, oh, I'm about to go eat food, I'm so nervous. Like, you don't think about it because you don't make that a big deal. It's just something you do. So you have to turn talking to women into something you do, something that is second nature to you, something that you do as easily as watch TV or watch Netflix or play a video game or watch a movie or, you know, go outside and take a walk. You understand? Like, it has to be like anything else, because when you make it like anything else, then the nervousness is going to, you know, subside. The nervousness is literally coming from you making the situation a big deal, because you're nervous because you want a certain outcome. You're nervous because you want it to go a certain way. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. I I just want to kind of elaborate on my nervousness. What else it leads to? What happens is, these girls see I'm nervous, right? Because I start like tapping my feet and I start giggling in a weird way.
You say you start giggling,
and they start looking at me like with this smirk, like, oh, he's nervous. You know, I'm gonna play with him. So they do things like, you know, kind of entice my. I guess they entice me in a way. They start trying to seduce me, you know.
Right.
And I start to become a little aroused by it, and honestly,
you say you get aroused by. Wait, hold on. You said you get aroused by a chick getting you nervous. Is that what you said?
Well, when I'm nervous, they start to do things that are very provocative, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I think they're taking advantage of my nervousness.
Okay, I got you.
They start doing things like bending over in front of me, pointing their, sucking their fingers.
Right.
And honestly, the only reaction I have at that point is, an erection, to be frank with you. Is that all right?
Yo, you hilarious, dude. Well,
no, I'm honest. I'm honestly honest. Right now.
No, but it's funny.
Right?
It's funny. That's what I'm saying, though. It's these chicks. If these chicks are really doing this, right? They're doing this a lot because they like the attention you're giving them. You feel what I'm saying? And it ain't nothing for you to feel aroused by the shit. You should be feeling aroused or feeling excited when you're dealing with women anyway. That's what makes it fun in a lot of cases. All you need to do basically, if you want to get shit to the next level, to the next point, even if you're nervous, you still got to just keep going even while you're nervous, so that when you keep practicing, the nervousness will subside and all those other things that these women are doing, then you'll know how to take advantage of those situations while they're doing it, because right now they're just attention whoring because they can tell you're nervous. So now what you want to do is take their attention whoring and flip it and be able to reel them in by that attention they're giving you. You feel what I'm saying? So, so again, it's really all about you practicing. Trust me, the more you practice, the more you put it into practice, the more you keep talking, the more you keep interacting with these women. That's the thing that's going to make it easier for you in the long run. This is why I tell you guys out there to go to badboymembership.com. Because I have the audio program, How to Step Up Your Conversation Skills. Because, it'll help you with all that. You feel me? But, yo, listen, I got to take a few more calls because I got, people calling in like crazy, all right? I'm going to holler at you later.
Thank you so much, man. You're the best.
All right, man. Peace. All right, people. I had 3 or 4 people calling in at once right now. I had 412 area code and 219 area code. And another joint. You guys can call up again real quick. The lines are open. But yeah, I was talking about I did this video the other day. I did a few videos the other day, and a lot of it had to do with what I'm talking about now as far as awareness. Well, let me take this real quick. What's poppin'? Who's this?
This Dirty Weaver. What up, Mr. Locario?
Chillin'. What's going on with you? Where you from?
Chilling, man. I'm out here in Indiana, bro.
Okay, that's what's up. So what's going on with you?
Chilling, man. I need some game from you. I need the juice, the wisdom. I was trying to find out how could I get these chicks on Facebook, bro.
On Facebook? Are you trying to holler at chicks on Facebook?
Yeah.
You know what you got to do?
Yes, sir.
Hit up my dude. Google Royal Flyness. Because my dude, Royal Flyness, he has a book called, I think it's called the Facebook Date Book or something like that. And it teaches you how to get chicks on Facebook. So if you want to really step up, that book got a lot of game in it of how to really holler at chicks on Facebook. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, cool. Hey, I just want to say this one thing, for the fellas, man. I think you got to practice the positive reinforcement. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way that they gonna believe that the chick want them, they gotta see some type of positivity coming from the chick.
Right.
They're gonna believe at first.
Right.
When you standing back and you're not talking to her, you in disbelief mode. So you gotta see some type of proof. So you gotta engage in conversation first. That's
Real
all
talk.
I'm saying.
Real talk. Exactly. And that's what we talking about today with awareness. You're not gonna be aware of if the chick is feeling you or not unless you start talking and seeing how she reacts to that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. That's what it is.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Locario. Thanks. I appreciate it, bro.
No doubt, man. I'm going to holler at you. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, man. Hold on, my girl's texting me real quick. Hold on. Back on Monday. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. I'm on YouTube live now. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me see. What's popping? What's going on? Who's this?
Yo, what's up? It's Dom Locario.
What's going on with you, man? What you been up to?
Nothing, man. Just, doing the same thing. Quick question, though.
Right.
So the topic is about your success, right?
Yeah, I was just explaining how I, got to where I was. But yeah, go ahead. What you gonna say?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, part of your success, I know about the whole confident mindset, but are you a guy that just walks around with a smile, or do you kind of just have a normal face, or
Wait, say that again. You was bringing up.
Are you when you're interacting with women, or just when you're just going about your day, you always have a smile on your face? I mean, I know you can't, but you try to have a smile, or
you saying do I always have a smile on my face?
Well, not always, but you try to do it when you're interacting with women.
I mean, yeah. Well, the thing is, everything comes off naturally when I'm interacting with the girl. So when I go up to when I go up to a woman, right? I'm not really. I don't really think about what I'm gonna say. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think about what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And I always come with a positive energy, meaning I'm coming at her just on some upbeat type of shit. I'm not coming at her hoping she's gonna like me. I'm not coming at her nervous. I'm not coming at her expecting anything. You feel what I'm saying? It's literally just yo, what's good? How's it going? My name's Locario. What's good with you? Blah, 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 blah. And it depends on the situation or the mood I am. I might go indirect. I might go direct. I might be smiling and having fun depending on the vibe and the energy of the girl. Sometimes I might even come at her and just be real, not necessarily serious, but just real cool and laid back. You understand what I'm saying? Just depending on the vibe. So a lot of it has to do with how I feel at the moment, what happens literally when I'm in the situation, and then how that plays out. It's kind of like let's say if you were going home from work or something like that, or if somewhere you was going home, or you was walking with one of your friends or some shit, and you was going back to your crib, and then let's say you open the door and there's a surprise party for you. You feel me? You didn't know this shit was going to happen, so now you adapt to that situation literally at that moment. You feel what I'm saying? You wasn't expecting it. You didn't know what was going to happen, but it's here now. So now your whole, vibe changes because of that situation. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing when you're talking to women. A lot of times there's going to be shit you're not going to expect. And then you're going to have to be this quick in order to respond to it, in order to get a certain result. And this is why I keep telling guys, you gotta fucking practice this shit, because a lot of this stuff is literally a thing that has to happen in that moment. And it's almost like your body has to sort of be ready for that. And the way that it's ready for it is that you practice, because once you practice, it becomes a habit. It becomes a muscle within your brain. You understand? The way that you come at it is literally like this. It goes so quick. So sometimes when I talk to chicks, they'll say some shit and I'll respond so quick, and I don't even realize what I said until after I said it. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's just, you know what I mean? It's it's an automatic thing. Right. It's almost like if you look at comedians, when a comedian's on stage and they be sort of freestyling with the audience, they could pick somebody out and just start saying shit about them, and it's mad funny. So it's and the reason why they can do that is because they've over the years developed a way to know how to just to find humor in almost anything. So it's almost like anything they say is going to be humorous. So imagine you're the type of dude who over the years have been able to talk to a number of different women. So anything you come up with, or anything you interact with them, or any the energy you put out there, it's going to be received well in most cases. Because a lot of times I'll talk to chicks. I remember this one time I talked to this girl, right? We were talking for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, And I just like kind of closed the deal real quick. I was like, yo, you kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? We need to get together. You got to give me your number. And I gave her my phone. I was like, hold my phone. Put your number in my phone. I'm not gonna take back my phone until my number's in it or whatever, right? So she starts laughing and shit, and she's like, oh, I can't. I really got, I have a boyfriend and blah 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 blah. And then the thing that she said to me when I was leaving her, I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, it's all good. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So as I was leaving her, she said, I really like the way you talk to me. You seem like you know how to talk to girls. You feel me? That's what she said to me. Because while I'm talking to her, she's having a good time with me talking to her, even though she knows she can't really get with me. Versus there's other girls who know they're not going to get with you, but they'll immediately be like ignoring you or trying to keep it moving or whatever because they could feel the energy that, okay, this guy doesn't know how to talk to women. They could feel that. They could see that. And so they don't want to bother. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times women don't want to bother, not because they're not interested, but because they know that literally the interaction they're going to be having is either going to be boring or awkward. The guy's not going to know what to say. She's going to feel awkward trying to, get him away or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that sort of makes her, not want to do that. But again, that's coming a lot from you not practicing what the shit you got to practice. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Because, like, just from my personal experience, I have just the way my face is, the way you want to call it, like the whole looks thing. I have like a naturally like mean looking face, right?
Right.
Like, what they call it, resting bitch face is what they call it. But I don't really care because I talk to girls that smile.
Right.
Like a lot of girls that I talk to, a lot of friends that I have now, just people in general. Have been like, if I didn't know you, I'd be scared of you. That's basically what they say.
Right.
I have to kind of smile to let them know I'm at ease.
Right. And see, that's good that you do that. And again, this is what we talk about awareness, because you're aware of how a lot of people might receive you. You understand what I'm saying? Like you just said, people see me and they sort of feel like this in a lot of ways. Like I even know a lot of times when I'll walk into a place and sometimes people might be, I could tell they're intimidated by me just off jump. And then when I start talking to them and I'm like cool and friendly, it's like, oh, what's up? And it's like, I know this, so I know how to maneuver in that situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, you adapt to it. Yeah.
Right. And of course it's not going to be 100% all the time, but you just pick up on these things a lot. You understand? And this is the thing, a lot of women are very aware of certain things, like when it comes to dudes. Like a lot of women, like there's certain women that know that if they go outside wearing a certain thing, they're gonna get a certain reaction. You feel what I'm saying? They already know. They know what type of reaction they're gonna get if they go to a certain spot. They know the type of guys that's gonna try to holler at them. They know the type of guys that's gonna be scared to holler at them. They've been going through that shit forever, so they see it. They know it. They're aware of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as a guy, you got to be aware of your shit. You got to be aware of what's going on with you. You got to be aware of your success. You got to be aware of your failure. How do you get more success? All of that shit has to be something that you're aware of. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and last thing before I let you go. So there's this one girl. She used to work at my job, but she left. She got But basically, like, she was really feeling me, like super feeling me. I could tell, like, and I know you say not to do this,
right?
Because like basically she had a boyfriend,
and
like she just broke up about a month ago from the guy, but like while we worked, like we made out a couple times, and I just left it at that, and I was like whatever. And she didn't tell her dude, but she broke up with her dude about a month ago,
right?
And she hit me up, on Snap. It's like, oh, what do you look to? I didn't even know she had broken up. Like some of my friends told me that she broke up with her dude.
Right.
And she just hit me up randomly and was like, oh, like, what you been up to? Da 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 da. I miss you, but like, it's been a while. That whole thing.
Right.
It's been a while since I've seen you. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what this means. So I went in.
And she you said,
I was like, yeah, I set up a date, huh?
You said that she's not with her boyfriend anymore, right?
Yeah, no, they broke up.
Okay.
It's like literally like a day before, a day after she broke up, she hit me up.
Right. Okay.
Like, oh, okay. And so, I guess she just was done with the dude.
Right.
But,
right.
Yeah. So I went in for the kill media. I was like, yeah, let's get ice cream, whatever. And she was like, yeah, that's cool. But my schedule's really packed. Da 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 da. And I'll definitely hit you up. And it's been like 2-3 weeks I haven't heard from her. So from you and from Corey Wayne, y'all just said just to wait it out. But like, should I just continue to wait it out, or should I just maybe hit up one more time or not, just wait it out?
As far as like hitting her up again?
Yeah, because I know you and Corey Wayne say like basically like if you tell a girl like, hey, hit me up when you figure your schedule out. You got to stay with your work. You can't be like checking on her. You got to like work.
Right. Well, the thing is, all you need to do in those situations is literally just wait a week. So like if you say hit me up and let me know what your schedule's looking like, and a week has gone by and you haven't heard from her, then you can hit her back up that one time. You feel what I'm saying? And then 2 weeks. Right. And then if you don't hear from her after that, then you might win the charges to the game. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that that's what it is. So a lot of times it's just really giving it like at least a week to for her to come around, or for it to go down, because either what's going to happen is that within that week, when she notices that you're not hitting her up, because this is the funny part about women that most guys understand, right? You will hit up a girl and you say, yo, holla back at me, right? And you waiting for her to holler back at you, right? And she's not hollering it back at you because she's waiting for you to holler back at her, even though you told her to holler back at you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they be on that bullshit.
Oh, yeah. I was the one who was like, hey, hit me up. Because she said my schedule is crammed.
Right.
I have a busy schedule, too. So I was like, yeah, I was just like, hey, you let me know when you have an open day, and we'll try and plan. And, I still haven't heard from them.
Right. So that's how it is a lot of times. So it's like, sometimes they won't hit you back, and then all you need to do is hit them back once after that week. You feel what I'm saying? And then if y'all get in contact, then you set the date. If not, then you got to charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Because the fact that she not hitting you back and you hit her up and she's still not hitting you back, it's like, okay, we're done. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's way too much at that point. You know what I mean? Because if she want to make something happen, she's going to make it happen. I'm telling you, the girls that feel you, they make that shit easy as fuck. Trust me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. She was. Yeah, we met. Yeah, which I know you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to. That's what girls like us do. But at the time, it happened a couple times, and it didn't go any further. I can't go any further basically because I don't know if her dude was a simp. But I just didn't want that drama.
Right. Now I feel you, man. I feel you. But yo, listen. Let me take some more of these calls, and I'm holler at you later, bro. All right.
All right, man. Peace.
All right. Peace. All right, so what's going on in the chat room, people? What's popping? We got also been here, Caribbean Nights, Haunted House. And we having some funny ass screen names and shit. Trinity 5722. What's going on? But yeah, I was talking about earlier about awareness and how I put out some videos. It's funny because sometimes, like, I be trying to get like deep with a lot of shit, and then it's like I'll be like, should I go that deep? Because I don't think that certain people, like a lot of people, is not gonna get it. But the thing is, what I notice is that I'm gonna still put the shit out there, and people just gonna get it on their own time with some of the stuff. Some of the stuff I keep it basic, or I keep it simple. You know what I mean? But the more that you learn about the game, or the deeper that you go, it makes the other shit you think even more clear. You understand? But a lot of times, like I was saying earlier, if you don't have awareness, if you're not aware of what's going on, then it's harder for you to understand a lot of shit. Because even the other day, like I put out these videos, and like I put out a video the other day where I was talking about how to get rid of your low self-esteem. And I was basically saying that, you having low self-esteem, you can't really blame anyone for your low self-esteem, because how you feel about yourself comes from you. It's all about how you feel. So no matter what anyone says to you, it's still your fault how you feel that way. Now, a lot of people are in the comments, they're like, oh, but what about if you were a kid, and when you were a kid, people were making fun of you and all this other stuff? And I was like, yeah, that's fucked up. When you were a kid, you didn't know that you were taking the shit in, right? You didn't realize that was what you were doing, but you were still doing it. And see, there's a difference between your emotions and when something happens to you physically. So when you get hurt emotionally, no one can hurt you emotionally. Someone can hurt you physically, But emotionally, it's a whole different thing. Whenever you're hurt emotionally, you did that shit. You understand what I'm saying? All the time. Not sometimes, not once in a blue moon, not every now and then. Every time you are hurt emotionally, that is on you. Because you are the one that is receiving what's going on outside, and you're taking it in, and then you feel a certain way about it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's all coming from your own perspective. I'll prove it to you right now. Because, see, most people will say, you said, I'm glad you sticky. I'm glad you said that because I was just about to mention that. You said, what if your dog dies and you cry? Yeah, that's on you. Because how come I'm not crying when your dog dies? You feel what I'm saying? You're crying when your dog dies because you're attached to your dog and you love your dog. I don't know your dog. So then I'm not gonna cry. See, if it was about things outside of you making you do it, then that would mean that when your dog dies, everybody should be crying. But who's crying? You, because you're attached to that fucking dog. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is what people don't understand about emotions. It's because you are attached to whatever you are feeling upset about. You are attaching yourself to those things that you know that the names you were called. You're attached to the fucking the shit that's going on in your life. That's all coming from your perspective. So it's you making yourself feel that way. It's not the thing. If it was a thing, everybody will feel that way about the thing simultaneously. You understand? But see, again, this is why I'm talking about awareness. Because when you're not aware, what you're going to do is you're going to blame everybody for your shit. And this is why you get guys out here who... What's the fucking guy that went around who shot the old dude and killed himself because his girl broke up with him or some shit? The guy from Ohio. Then you got, the dudes like, do you guys remember George Sordini, the guy who shot up all these girls in a gym or some shit? Then Elliot Rodger. You understand? Like, these dudes aren't aware of what the fuck was going on. It was everybody else's fault for the reason why they weren't feeling. Oh, Steve Stevens, right? That was the guy, the Cleveland simp killer. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And this is why it's important for you to be aware of what the fuck is going on. It's crazy, man. But yeah, that's what you gotta understand about the game, man. You gotta be aware of what the fuck is going on. You got to be aware of that shit. But yeah, it's a lot of deep shit that when you see it, a lot of the game is gonna make more sense to you. It's gonna make way more sense. It's gonna make way more sense. And also too, what you have to understand is you got to be able to accept shit. That's the hardest part for guys to do. Sometimes you got to accept that this girl is not going to fuck with you. You got to accept it and keep it pushing. Right? And sometimes you got to accept your success. A lot of guys can't even fucking accept their success. Dudes be like, oh, yo, I was with this chick and, she was trying to smash on the first night, but I don't know, yo, because she might be a thought, because, the thoughts be trying to throw it at you mad quick. And I'm like, nigga, you winning. Why? What the fuck is wrong with you? Accept the fact this chick want to fuck you and fuck her. You understand? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's crazy. The shit is crazy. I don't understand it. But yeah, man. So what's going on in the chat room, people? What's popping? What's popping with you? What is popping with you? What's going on? But yeah, it's funny, man, because even I think I did another video. I did another video the other day. And I was talking about men who, what was it? It was men who resist the dating game. And so I had a whole bunch of the the MGTOW dudes coming on there. They was tight. They was tight, B. And so the thing that I was talking about, because I mentioned MGTOW in it, and I know that there's the MGTOW who that they still fuck with chicks, but then you have the MGTOW who's like, oh, I ain't fucking with girls. And the thing is this, I don't care what the fuck anybody does with their life. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care. You said the MGTOW dude's always crying. See, I don't care what any guy does with his life. You're supposed to do what you want to do. This is why you're supposed to be going your own way. Like, saying you're a MGTOW is like saying, like, I'm a man that's a man. Or, this is a phone that's a phone. It's like, what? Like, it's just, you should be going your own way, right? But anyway, I'm on the fucking thing, and dude just like, oh, Mr. Locario, you're shaming guys, and you're telling them that they should want to be with women. And I'm like, dude, y'all missed the whole point of the video. The whole point of the video was basically saying that the guys who pretend, and some of these guys are MGTOW, who pretend that they don't want to fuck with women, there will always be a frustration there, because naturally in the universe, in the world, the woman is your counterpart. You understand? The woman is your counterpart, meaning that you and the woman, right, go together. You know what I mean? You go together. Right? So the thing is that men and women are different and simultaneously also equal at the same time. Meaning, and what I mean equal is that we're both human beings. You understand? We both eat and shit and do all this other stuff, but we're also different. So the thing is that there is always going to be there's going to be that difference, and it's going to be equal at the same time. And I use the analogy, or I was using an example of a coin. The coin is different on each side, but it's still two sides of the same fucking coin. Right? So basically, when I say equal, or they're one, or I should say like men and women are one, just like that one coin is one thing. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get some of my change out here. What I got in here? Hold on. I got a nickel, goddammit. So you got the nickel right here. That's the heads. You probably can't see it. The heads, and then the fucking tails of the one coin. It's really that simple. And see, what you got to understand is, see, I'm getting on that spiritual shit, is that the whole thing is one thing. It's all one, right? And you got to understand that you can't talk about something without talking about the other thing, right? So basically, it's always tied to the same shit. If I say the man walked down the road, right? That man can't walk without the road. What is he walking on? The road. The road is there for the man to walk on. He has to walk on something. You understand? So they're both connected. Right? If you say you're MGTOW, right? You say men going their own way. Right? Going their own way from what? Right? Going their own way from what? What are they going their own way from? Women? So even when we talk about men going their own way, you can't talk about men going their own way without even talking about women. You see what I'm saying? You can't talk about one without the other. So they are forever connected, so they are one. You see what I'm, it's like, it's the yin and the yang and the yin. You understand? Like, this is what I've been trying to tell you. Like, I'm trying to go deep on the shit, but a lot of dudes they don't want to listen. You feel me? What's poppin'? Who's this? What's going on?
What's up, Locario? This is Heating Succeed.
What's going on with you, bro?
It's cool, man. I'm just chilling. My question was, so there's this chick at work that I'm hollering at,
Mm-hmm.
and I know you advise against that, of course, but
Right.
you know, so I hollered at her a little bit, and then the thing of it is when I hollered at her, I had a little bit of drink in me, so I was able to
Mm-hmm.
make the situation a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I was basically she was feeling me, but then when I was sobered up, and then I started getting nervous around her, and like I don't know if I should holler at because I see her in passing every day, so I'm thinking, how could I vary it up to where I'm not giving her too much attention, and then but at the same time not like ignoring her. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find the sweet spot because I know if I talk to her like too much, then that's gonna be a turnoff.
Right. Well, see that again. You talking to these chicks at your job, right? You can't really take them too seriously, man. And a lot of times, truth be told, if you're dealing with a chick, and first of all, you got to stop, trying to drink and then try to holler at chicks. So you're using the drinks to give you that fake confidence. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of times, especially at work, depending on how much you care about your job and all this other shit, you gotta deal with a woman. First of all, I'll talk about this in the book, How to Have Sex 2 in a Day, so you guys should get that. But what I was gonna say is that you gotta make sure that the woman at your job is basically coming at you more than you're coming at her. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, that makes sense, bro.
So what I mean,
just basically hollering at her.
Right. So you don't even worry too much about really doing too much. Like, just be cordial, but just be regular. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to see if she's coming at you more, because you want it to be clear that she's trying to make something happen if you're going to even do anything at your job. I suggest you don't even bother with the chick at your job. But if you are going to do it, you got to make sure that she's really coming at you heavy, and then try to do something.
I could use that as practice.
What's that again?
I figured I could just use her as practice.
Yeah, I mean, you could like do a little bit like, it depends on the girl and it depends on your job, but you can, just talk to her a little bit here and there, but don't do anything too crazy, because remember, when you're at your job, it's hard to do shit at your job because the job within itself, it doesn't allow you to really be able to get it in. You feel what I'm saying? As far as how you really need to get it in. So it's sort of like, it's like trying to play a song on the radio that got a lot of curses and shit. You feel what I'm saying? They gotta bleep it out and fucking, rewind the fucking word and shit, and it just sounds crazy. So you don't really get to enjoy it because there's that thing blocking you. You can't really enjoy it, to the extent you need to, or enjoy the experience, because you're at your job. You can't really say the shit you want to say. You can't really do the shit you want to do. So your whole experience, even trying to fuck with her, is tainted in that situation. You feel what I'm saying?
It's just convenient because you have you always have access to these same people, these same chicks.
Right.
You always be available. You know what I mean? So it's like convenient.
Right, but see, that's why you got to transfer that energy and make your shit convenient in a different scenario. So let's say you go to the same bar or a lounge like every week. You understand? And then that becomes your place. Like, niggas in there, the people that work there, they recognize you. So then it becomes your convenient spot, because now you're more comfortable in there, and then you can spit at the chicks there. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta create that convenience in another situation, and not necessarily like make it be the thing that you're gonna do at your job. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's gonna make it's just too much. It's gonna be harder for you to really make it happen. And on top of that, you're giving the girl the leeway to sort of back out of the situation in a way where it can be like not good for you. So basically what I mean is, let's say if she's not in the mood to flirt with you, or let's say she's in a fucked up mood or something, or whatever the fuck it is, and then now she wants to act like you're coming on too strong, or you're sexually harassing her on the job and all this other shit. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're careful with that. And this is what I'm saying. Don't really pay these chicks too much mind on the job. If they're flirting with you, if they're doing all that shit, get the information and then try to do something outside of the job. You understand? And take them out somewhere out there or whatever. Don't really do it on the place where you're at. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, man. Thanks for the advice, man. I'm going through a lot, man.
Definitely, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Just keep doing your thing, bro. All right, I'm holler at you.
All right, Doc. Deuces.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the thing about hollering at chicks at your job, man. That shit. Because it's not you don't have the room to really go in though. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what I talk about in my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. I have a whole chapter about talking to chicks at your job and how to actually do it correctly so that you don't get shit all fucked up. You understand? Oh, Johnny, you said there'd be bad nurses at your job? What's going on? But yeah, man. You gotta, a lot of times when it comes to the game, B, I'm telling you, it's about that awareness, people. You said, how do you deal with a female that likes to pout whenever she don't get her way? Let her just pout, man. Or charge it to the game. Clutching the Tamer was popping. You said, do I have any more hard copies of the book? Yeah, I actually got to order some more. I think I have maybe 7 copies left for the hard copy. So if you guys want that, make sure you get that as soon as possible. If you want the hard copies of How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, I got, 7 left. 7 or 8 left. I need to order some more. You say you got a Christian chick at your job who loves the bad boy lifestyle. She's always chasing you, even when you treat her like your little bratty sister. I'm telling you guys gotta be careful of that shit. I'm just saying. Chris Martinez, what's going on, bruh? Nah, Jay, what's going on? But yeah, so calling number is 646-481-3901. Oh, man. You said, do I still get a nervous feeling when approaching women? Not really. It's weird. Let's say, if I don't approach women for let's say I remember one time, it's been maybe 3 maybe 4 months that I haven't really approached the girl, talked to her or anything. I was just, doing whatever. And then when I got back out there, it was I was rusty. So it was I was hesitating and shit, all that other stuff. So, that happens when you don't immerse yourself in it. This is why I say it has to be a habit. Because once it's a habit, it becomes second nature. You're not even thinking about doing it. It just sort of automatically does it on its own. You feel what I'm saying? Because you've conditioned your body, your mind, your energy to do that. You feel what I'm saying? So, But yeah, the more you do it, the less nervous you get. It's even like that if you're going out, let's say, my eyes itching like crazy. Let's say you go out tonight. You might be nervous to approach a girl. Then you approach her. And you're like, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Then what happens is that if you approach another girl within the next 5 minutes, then it's okay, this is not as bad as trying to approach the first girl. You need to approach another girl in the next 3 minutes. And then so the more that you do it, literally within that time, that's going to make it easier for you to keep it going because now you're in the zone. You feel what I'm saying? Now you're in the zone. Now you're doing it. It's becoming easier and easier each time because it's breaking that little part of you trying, that feeling of hesitation and just making it happen. And once it's done, it gets a little bit easier each time you do it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You saying, how did I know? How did I know what? Water Sun 10, you said, what do I think about trying to get women at nightclubs when you're over 30? You can still get them. You could go to nightclubs and do all that shit and holler at them and see what's popping. Staying Ready 1, you said, where's Miles? Miles is in Florida right now. He's supposed to be coming up here next week, actually. Oh, Johnny, you say you had a 40-plus chick last night who didn't want to kiss you during the date, doing the tucking her lips in. What? But on the flip side, she kept on touching me and feeling all up on my arms and hands. Okay. So she was on that fucking playing games nonsense. You know, if you got, first of all, man, that be annoying me when you got a chick who's an older chick and she's still on that bullshit. That's a chick you don't want to deal with in a lot of cases. Because if she's that, old and she still don't know what time it is, that's ridiculous. She's one of those old chicks that want to take it slow and shit. That's retarded. She's one of those chicks that a lot of times they got shitted on a lot, so they're trying to turn a new leaf with you and shit. Mark B. Turoy said, why do chicks get offended when you tell them you're not going to pursue her unless she shows interest that she wants to be pursued? Well, some girls just, they want you to just do all that shit regardless. They love the attention. You got to understand that attention is like crack. You feel what I'm saying? You said old chicks too old to be fucking around? You said when you're going for the kiss and they close their mouth, tuck in their lips in. That's just goofy shit, man. That's goofy shit. Like, shit like that, man. That's the type of shit I'm like, okay, I'm kind of done with you. Like, I remember I was on a date with this chick, and she was on this shit talking about, like, I was like, getting all touchy-feely and shit, and she's like, oh, what are you doing? I hardly know you. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. Like, with that one sentence, I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm never calling this chick again. We're done. I'm like, it's over. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're out with me, see, this is the thing with women. See, women a lot of times, right? And this is why you can't give a lot of them leeway, because women a lot of times, if you give them room to sort of like play around and figure shit out and all that other stuff, right? It gives them too much space to play games. It's almost like, like if a chick is in her room and she has like 10 different outfits that she could wear, it's gonna take her forever to fucking get dressed, or she might not even get dressed. She might get so annoyed trying to get dressed, so I'm like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna just stay home. I don't feel like going nowhere, because she's frustrated of trying to make that goddamn decision. So when you're dealing with women, you have to give them no more than two things to choose from. It's either yes or no. It's either we fucking or not. We flirting or not. We going on this date or not. We hooking up or not. You understand? Like, all that in between gray area shit, don't do that. Because it's going to make it easier for her to, she's like, oh yes, I have leeway to play games with him, or to flirt with him if I feel like it at this moment, and then not be accountable for what I did 10 minutes ago and act like this the next minute. It's just like, no. Don't do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You said, to you it seems like the direct approach doesn't work on dimes, because the dimes be having their guards up. Nah, dimes don't. Look, man. It's not about her being a dime, because again, a dime is subjective. So it's not necessarily that. You understand? A lot of times, women will have their guard up, just in general, because that's what they're used to doing. They're used to having their guard up. They are used to having their guard up. So then, you got to be there. You talk to them and shit, and then as you're talking to them and interacting with them, sometimes the guard goes down or whatever. And see, me, I like when, I just like when a chick knows what the fuck she wants, man. It just makes it so much more easier. Andrew Johnson, you said, what do you say when a chick tells you, I know you want to get in my panties? Just be like, hey, you goddamn right. Or you can play around and be like, what makes you think I want to get in your panties? I don't even like you like that. You're not my type. So it all depends on how you want to go about it. Sheldon Smith, what's going on, man? What's going on? But yeah, you can't give these girls too much leeway, man. Trust me. Frank True TV said, please do a real in-depth video on black men's game for dating non-black women. He said, I don't give a fuck what you say. It's different for us. Very different. I mean, I date any type of chick, man. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic. It don't fucking matter. And most of the girls who are not black, most of them they're gonna fuck with you sometimes just because you're black, because they have that fetish and shit, and so certain people will be like, oh, these girls are just fetishizing you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what they think. You understand what I'm saying? Like I care why you want to suck my dick. You understand? Well, I was gonna let you suck my dick, but now that you see me as a sex object, like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, stop. Frank True TV said, black chicks just don't appeal to you. They are the main ones you attract, especially on Tinder. Well, you got to go out, man. You got to go out and approach these other chicks in person. You got to be like, yo, what's good? You just got to go in and talk to them in person. You feel what I'm saying? You can't, always rely just on the online shit. You can't just rely on the chicks who are choosing you. And again, this is why I be telling guys, like, a lot of guys be on that, oh, I'm waiting to get chosen and shit. Like, fuck out of here. Look, you could get chosen by a lot of goofy ass chicks. So you're only gonna approach those goofy ass chicks that's choosing you? You don't want to do that shit. Yo, what's going on? What's popping?
Yes, what's popping, brother Locario? This is Brother Lex, a.k.a. Peace Lord 06. What's popping?
What's going on, man? What's good with you?
It's pretty good. Listen, man, I've been following your Bad Boy membership advice, and specifically the online dating. Okay? Right. So I got me a nice little picture. One picture I got one of my boys. He hooked it up. It's nice and professional. We, doctored it up, Photoshop. I think I got another pic with, me and like a couple of girls, just having fun and,
right.
Something really light. And then I got something else. But anyway, I found it to the letter for what you stated, and it works.
Right.
Now here's the deal. So last week I ran into this chick from Nigeria, cute chick,
right?
Cute, nice little tall chick and whatnot. So I got with her, went out on a date. I started flirting with her, just casually, just touch her hand as I talk, just trying to see where she's going with it. So she was kind of shy, or at least I perceived her to be kind of shy.
Right.
So that was the first date. So the second date, she opened up a little bit more. Make a long story short, and a short story shorter, I ended up smashing this chick.
Right.
But here's the deal: I had to charge her. And
right.
I want to get your advice on this. The reason why I had to charge her is because I felt she was running game on me. Meaning, she said to me, she's like, hey, listen, in Nigeria, what ends up happening, the man takes care of the woman, and whenever the woman goes out with the man, the woman doesn't come out of her pocket for anything,
Oh,
and
God.
the man takes care of everything. So my red flags went up. I was like, no, this don't sound right. Poor, bless her heart, she don't know.
Right.
She's gonna walk out a different woman because I ain't gonna be with her no more.
Right,
And sure
right.
enough, that's the deal. But I just wanted to make sure to check with another brother, because that didn't seem right. And there's so many women out here for me to be playing games and worrying about things. I just automatically charged it.
Right,
Just
right.
charged it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So have you ever encountered anything like that, or?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. What she's trying to do is she's trying to set up the narrative for the situation. You understand?
Yeah.
So either what you could do is you like you said, you charge her, or you got to let her know what the narrative is. You got to let her know, be like, well, that's cool in Nigeria, but this is America. So in America,
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? We gonna do it like this. You feel what I mean? And then so,
Oh yeah.
right. So either you gonna see if she's gonna get down with that or not. So if she's gonna get down with it, then she could get down with it on that level. But you gotta let her know that that's what it is, so that she doesn't think that the next time you go out or you doing this, you're gonna be paying for everything, you're gonna be doing everything, and you're gonna do all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So either way, either you charge them or you let them know what the deal is. And if they're not down with what the deal is, then you keep that shit moving. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. And that's exactly what I did, Brother Locario.
Right.
The first time, just hanging out with her, I think we played pool. I got some drinks. I didn't spend probably a lot of money on that.
Right.
That was like winky dinky money, no problem.
Right.
But then when we went out to like CVS, and I guess she wanted to get some womanly things. I guess the chick was just she felt comfortable around me.
Right.
So she got some womanly things and like a toothbrush and whatnot. Now this woman, she wasn't living with me. We've only been dating for like a couple of weeks.
Right.
So I'm like, I see, yeah, she's looking at me. I'm looking at her like, well, what do you expect me to do?
Right. She wanted you to pay for that shit.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yes. And I had to let her know. I didn't get upset or angry at it. I just try to,
Right.
I say, listen, over here, if a man, he comes out of his pocket, he tries to show you things, that's not necessarily genuine, because
Right.
he's just trying to gain your affection or gain
Exactly,
your approval.
exactly.
I'm not here to do that. So,
Right.
she seemed like she was cool with that, Brother Locario. And then, that very night, I smashed.
Right.
I think it came up like, something came up. She was like, I work her sneakers, her shoes, her feet were hurting and she needed new sneakers.
Right.
And I'm saying, this woman here, why is she telling me this? Like,
Right.
Like,
I'm telling you, she's trying to get you.
She's
She's trying to get you. But see, that's the thing. She's trying to see if you a sucker, at least. That's what it is, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's good that you didn't go down that road trying to go because as soon as you would have went there, it would have been a fucking rap. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. So all the other people out there, you can get to. She's open, so you can get with her on Plenty of Fish. I ain't gonna scream out her name. That's foul, but you can get with her. She's a cute Nigerian woman, but you know what I'm saying? I want something different. But just one last thing, bro. What I've noticed is that on Tinder, and again, thanks to your advice that you gave on your Bad Boy membership, which works to the T. Like, I've been linking up with a lot of chicks on Tinder, but what they be doing is some super duper attention whoring shit. Like, these chicks will actually, I will have them on for like max for like 3 weeks, and they won't say a peep.
Right.
They won't say a word.
Right.
So I did one thing, like, to a couple of them, I just wanted to test the waters and see what's popping. So I said, hey, listen, I have a really hectic schedule between work and my family, so I really don't want to date right now, but I'm cool to hook up. If you're not with it, feel free to unmatch.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And maybe 15% started answering back. Now, I didn't get the answer that I wanted,
right.
But they answered back. So they doing some attention horn. They collect matches.
Oh yeah, of course. There's a lot of girls on there that you gonna match with. That's all they're on there for. It's the ego boost. You feel what I'm saying? They want to see that, oh, this guy, matches with me. And the stupid part about that shit is that most niggas on there be swiping right on most of the chicks. So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so,
exactly.
So they just wasting their time doing that shit. It ain't like niggas be sitting there, looking at every girl, figuring out if they want. Nah, they're like, yo, whatever, they throw the shit at the wall, and then whatever sticks, and they see if the girl is hot. Cause niggas, yo, I be going swiping right on a lot of chicks, and then when I match, that's when I look at her again. I be like, let me see how she look, and then if she look good, then I hit her up. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they don't understand that. They don't understand that. But again, there's a lot of attention whores on there too, because like you said, you match with a couple of them, they don't respond, or they just there and they just don't do shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yeah, brother. Well, yeah, bro. I'm gonna let you go, but keep up the good work.
Definitely, man.
In that game, go deep, bro. Yo, bro, don't be afraid to go deep. With
I said go deep.
What you're saying is real.
I feel you.
I'm starting to think, bro, it touched some people's nerves.
Right.
That's just a shame because, come on, man, you out here. I mean, you want to be with a woman. Just learn to dominate this game. Learn to master this shit instead of giving up. Boy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand when dudes be on that shit. So it all depends because certain guys, they and that's the thing. I just want people to live in their truth, but it got to be the truth. You understand? A lot of cats they be pretending about certain things. You feel me? But it's not really, and they be disguising it like it's the truth, but it ain't the truth. You feel me? So that's really what it is, man. But yo, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. Locario.
All right, man. Peace. Yeah, man. You guys got to get on that bad boy membership. So we be talking about, so you can step up that online game. You feel what I'm saying? Crazy. Frank TV, you said you talking about how majority of women ain't fiending for a black dick. Since where you think that's not happening at? Listen, don't let these women fool you, dog. Like, these women love black dudes. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. You said women like black guys, but we're like second or third place. Where you getting this information, Frank TV? Frank Truth TV. Where are you where are you getting this information? Let me tell you something. Let me break this down, right? Women love masculinity, right? Now, when you put guys together, generally, I'm not, of course there's exceptions or whatever, but generally, which guys look the most masculine? Right? Black dudes. You understand? It's a natural thing, dog. Like, you ever notice a lot of black guys are just muscular just because, like, they don't even work. Like dudes, some dudes will see me and they'll be like, yo, you mad? Yo, I work out, but I don't really work out like that. I'll work out maybe for like 15, 20 minutes 3 times a week. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I need to work out more, but it's like, I should be bigger than I am, fatter, I should say, than I am now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I still need to work all up on hair and shit, but what I'm saying is that a lot of times there's this natural, like, shit that goes on. So women see that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You said, but it ain't about looks. Isn't that my line? See, I'm talking about masculinity, dude. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying overall, the masculine feel, the masculine look. Looks, when we're talking about looks, we're talking about, y'all talk about pretty boys. They're talking about a guy that looks cute and all that shit. I'm talking about overall what a masculine guy looks like. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about an archetype, not just, like some guy who women think is cute. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. And you got to understand something. Like, if women, okay, let's look at it this way. If women like bad boys, right? Who do you think out of all the men of all races, who do you think has the quote unquote stereotypical bad boy image? You understand what I'm saying? It's black dudes. So even if you have a chick who has never been with a black dude, she wants to be with a black dude. You understand? So don't get it twisted out here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I see this shit all the fucking time, B. It's ridiculous. You know what's funny? Me and my dude, we would go out sometimes, and on more than one occasion, because when I talk to people, I tell them what I do, right? So they tell me, they're like, yo, so what type of guys do you coach? And they'll always assume that like 90% of the guys that I coach are like Indian or Asian dudes. You understand? Or like nerdy white dudes. Because and I've heard this on more than one occasion, that they assume that black guys don't need to learn how to attract women. I've heard this on more than one occasion. Why do you think they think that? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think they think that? It's crazy. But again, you got it. And I did this in this video the other day where I was talking about, I did a video I was talking about racist white chicks fucking with black dudes, or black dudes fucking with racist white chicks or whatever. And, you gotta still watch out for that bullshit. It's crazy. Justin Bing, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah, the thing is, you can't get caught up too much in that, in the whole race shit, because at the end of the day, when you talk to any girl, it's still a man. It's man talking to woman. That's first. Everything else follows after that shit. All that race and shit, or where you from, or what you do. All of that shit is way after that. Jimmy McDonald, what's going on, man? Race is not real, Frank Truth TV. Sorry to break it to you, bro. Race is made up. Racism is real. Off of the made up thing, which is race. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. How you got some real shit out of some fake shit. Like, where they do that at? Oh, man. Crazy. Crazy. You said why? So you said then why are what? Faster? You said why are black men faster? What are you talking about? Mondre, what's going on? You said, why do whites last in the cold longer and blacks last in the heat longer? See, what you got to understand is a lot of all that comes from environment. So you had black people in a certain environment. You had white people in a certain environment. So that has to do with environment. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't have to do with, there's no like difference. That's like saying, why did this guy wear a coat in New York and then this guy wore a t-shirt in Florida? Because it's hot in Florida and it's cold in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. crazy. You said if race isn't real, why are black athletes better? Again, environment will shape how you are constructed. You understand what I'm saying? And then based off the environment, you're going to look differently, but you're still a human being like the other person's a human being. You feel what I'm saying? Oh yeah, the Bad Boy Seminar is coming out soon, man. I'm gonna put up some more clips. That shit's gonna be crazy. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. The Bad Boy Seminar is almost like 2 hours long. It's a long ass joint. The shit is tight. The game is heavy. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. You said, how do you fuck a Latina chick who barely speaks English? You gotta fuck it. It depends. Hold on, let me take this. What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hey, Locario, it's Jay from Brooklyn again.
What's going on?
I called a couple weeks earlier.
Okay, cool. What's poppin' with you? What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. I have another situation I wanted to get your take on. All right, so a few weeks ago, I matched with this girl on OkCupid, right? And matched. It was good. We went out on the first 2 dates, and it was fine, whatever. And I know you say usually by the third date you want to try to get something popping,
right?
So I invited her to my house for the third date, and I was like, come over, I'll cook some stuff or whatever,
right?
And she came over, and I cooked some food, everything was good, and we fooled around and stuff. But she let me take her shirt off or whatever, and we did she did oral on me or whatever, but she didn't. She told me she wasn't comfortable having sex. Right. So I was like, okay, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird.
Right.
And I was like, all right, but she did it. But it was fun. It was fun. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna see this girl again. Right. So the following week, I take her out again. I take her out to go eat some food or whatever.
Right.
And while we're eating, she brings it up herself. She's like, we should go pick up some bears and go back to your house and watch movies. So now in my head, I'm like, oh, it's gonna go down for sure.
Right.
Sure it's gonna go down tonight. Right. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's do it, whatever. So she we pick up some beer or whatever, and we come back to my spot, and we're watching this movie or whatever, and I keep trying to get physical with her while we watch the movie, and she keeps kind of I don't know, she keeps kind of she goes along with it for a little bit, but then stops. She goes along with it a little bit and stops.
Right.
And then then the movie finishes. So the movie finishes, and I'm kind of all right, we're about to do something.
Right.
And this girl gets up and dials for an Uber.
wow.
In my head, I didn't say anything to her, but in my head, I'm like, wait, what's the deal?
Right.
So I kind of
well, you know what it is.
We make out a little bit in the hallway and whatever, but then she gets in the Uber. Well, before she gets in the Uber, she tells me she's 26, by the way.
Right.
She tells me, I'm a virgin.
She said she's a virgin.
She tells me that she's a virgin.
Wow.
Before she gets in the Uber, and then I'm so at this point I don't even know what to do, whether or not I should just charge this chick or I should try seeing her, because it seems like she's not comfortable with sex or anything.
Right.
So I just want to get your take.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if she's a virgin, if she's actually a virgin, because that sounds like bullshit to me for some reason. But because she's 26 and she a virgin, come on, I don't buy it. But anyway, but let's say if she is a virgin, then I could understand her acting like that. But because at first when you saying the story, I'm thinking maybe this shit got an STD or some shit that she don't want you to see or something. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I would say I would say, like, you don't necessarily need a charger. You feel what I'm saying? But you need to let her. You got to have a little talk with her, man. You got to be like, listen, you know, we need to have some sex, pretty much. You understand what I'm saying? Like that needs to go down. Like, the next time you come over, we need to get this shit popping. Now, if she does come over after you done had that discussion with her, and she still is like, you know, wishy-washy with the shit, then you keep the shit moving. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, but you know what I mean? But you know, the fact that she's cooperating with you, you know, she's giving you head and all of that shit. You understand? It's not. It'd be different if she was just, you know, not doing nothing at all, and she was like giving you the runaround and flaking and all that shit. Then it's like, okay, charge her. But she's showing a little bit of cooperation, so I would say you got to keep her as Plan Z. You feel me? She's like the last chick on the list. You feel what I mean? Like, talk to other chicks, interact with other girls. Keep her on the team, but she's on the bench right now. She's a bench warmer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, until she's ready to really get in the game, you don't take it too seriously. You feel what I'm saying? Like if she call you up and want to see you, like, it gotta be like you ain't got shit else to do, and you letting her know, like, hey, when you come over, we gotta try to do something. And then if she's still fronting after that, you gotta kick it to the curb. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, but yeah, you can still keep her around a little bit if you feel like it. You feel what I mean? But at the same time, you know, you could charge her, because the fact that she's, you know, and this is where it's tricky, because charging her would be good because it's almost like she's wasting a lot of time with you, but at the same time, she's cooperating to the point where it could go down at any moment. You feel what I'm saying? So you know, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like you could just leave her on the sidelines. You understand? And then most likely she might come around at some point. You feel what I mean? So she ain't try to give you head the second time when she came over.
Nah, the second time, she was out of there, Locario. I'm telling you, like, we kissed for a little bit, and like, yeah, she was out of there, like literally, as soon as the movie was done, right? Like, she got up, like, it was like she got up, because it was late at night, it was like 1. Right. And so she got up, like, started, like, dialing for the Uber, and like, yeah, we made out a little bit in the hallway. Right. And I told her, like, hey, like, it'd be cool if you stayed over, but she was determined to get out of it.
And the thing is, did she volunteer the information about her being a virgin?
Now, the thing is, I think she picked up on my energy. Right. Like, to be honest, I was kind of annoyed that she was leaving. I was trying to hide it, but I think she picked up on my energy anyway. Right. And she just kind of said it. Like, while we were waiting for the Uber to come, she just kind of put it out, oh, I'm a virgin. Right. And you know, so I don't know. Like,
I said, you might have to like, you know, just keep that on the side, because like right now, what it seems like is that, you know, she's feeling you, but she's not mentally there yet to really make it happen, because that shit should have been gone down at this point. You feel what I'm saying? And and one more reason why it would probably be good for you to charge her is because girls like that, you know, it's kind of like when they on that, like, they're not sure about shit. You know, you're putting yourself in a territory where you're dealing with a girl who might, and I don't, you know her better than me, so I don't know how her demeanor is or how she interacts or reacts to certain things, but sometimes those type of girls are the type of girls that you end up doing something with them, and then they'll feel like, oh, I felt pressured, or I felt like you took advantage of me and all that other dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because she's not in the zone where she's, you know, she's ready to get down. You feel what I mean? Like, she's still back and forth with it. Like, she the type where you probably hit it, and then she'll call you and want to, like, talk about it and shit, and talk about her feelings and what does this mean, and, you know, all that dumb shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you know.
Which is why I wanted to ask you, based on the small, like, chance that she actually is a virgin, should I even, like, hit it? Like, if she's actually a virgin, like, should I even bother hitting it?
Right. That's what I'm saying. You know, the thing, truthfully, I think you should charge it, and then, you know, if she comes back, you feel what I'm saying, after a while, and then you see, like, the vibe and to see if she's really ready to make something happen, then I think, it'll be more beneficial in that aspect, because I feel like removing yourself from the situation will sort of also show you how much, if she's really down to make something happen, because now she's gonna be like, damn, I might be losing out on this dude. You feel what I'm saying? So I think if you fall back and just sort of see her reaction to you falling back, that'll give you a indicator. So if she comes back and she's actually ready to make something happen, and she's thoroughly doing it, meaning, and I talked about this earlier, where I was talking about, in sort of weird situations like that, like I was talking about if you got a girl at your job, whatever, it's always good to fall back and have her come on to you more, so that it's more of a definite that she's trying to make it really happen versus you trying to make it happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because when she's trying to make it happen and she's really trying to make it happen, that's showing that she's ready to make it happen, versus a girl who's sort of in between, and then you're pushing for it to happen, and then later on she feels like you pressured her into making it happen. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the sort of like fine line you gotta toe with, because with a lot of these chicks, you don't want to, and this is why I usually don't even mess with chicks like that. Like, usually 99% of the girls that I mess with is girls who I fall back and I see them come to me, because I want her to be 100% with the shit. I want her to be 100% cooperation with the situation going forward. You feel what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be me trying to make it happen. I want it to be her trying to make it happen with me, so that I know she's really trying to make it happen, and we could, go through with it. You feel what I'm saying? So, so I would say, it's sort of like you're soft charging her to the game. You feel what I'm saying? So you're not all the way through with her, but you could just fall back a little and then see if she comes around, and see what's popping. You understand what I'm saying? Because also too, you want to free up some more time for you to get other girls who's really about that life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't tell you how pissed I was after that. After that movie night,
right.
Man, I thought it was gonna go down for sure.
Right. Right. Exactly. That's how it goes sometimes, man. Sometimes you think it's gonna go down, and then it's just like, nope. It's like, you gotta charge it. That's how it goes, man. That's exactly how it goes. You feel me?
All right, thanks. I appreciate it.
Definitely, man. All right, I'll holler at you later.
All right, man.
All right, peace. All right, people. What's going on? Make sure after this, you guys check out the Dating Advice Hour with me and Steve the Dean. That's going to be at 6 p.m. So if you want to, get some more of that heavy game, make sure you check that out. You can check that out live on Steve the Dean's channel. You go to Steve Williams on YouTube. You can subscribe to his channel, and you will make it happen. I'm going to put the rebroadcast on here also on my channel, so that you guys can see it. But yeah, the game's going to be heavy on that too. You feel me? Man. So what's going on, people? So the caller number is 646-481-3901. Man, I'm tired as hell. I've been up since like 6 this morning. Fucking running around. It's nice and hot outside in New York City today. The chicks are half naked. Looking lovely. You feel me? But yeah, man. I'm telling you guys, man, when you out here, Mike 23, what are you talking about? What is your question? Mike, why you never call up, man? You say you've been dating a girl for nearly 2 months. You say you talk quite a lot on WhatsApp, but I'm wondering how often should I text so I can keep a good balance? Wait, what? How many times you guys seen each other? Are you guys just texting pals and all that shit? What's going on with that? All you need to do is hit her up to see her. That's what it is. That's what I'm asking. Like, where there was a long distance thing. What's going on with that? Crazy. You said you want to address the fact that women care too much about what society thinks, which interferes with black men's game. I mean, well, yeah, that interferes with guys' game in general. And this is why, I had a show about this a while ago. I was talking about upgrading a chick's mind. Is that a lot of women are basically, they're going to be susceptible to that fucking, group think and, the way society thinks and all the other shit. And that's going to dictate how she's going to move a lot of times when it comes to you. So you got to know how to combat that shit. Mike 23, you say you see her once a week? Yeah, so, dude, you ain't got to, text her and call her all day. Just hit her up maybe once, twice a week. And that's it. And then you just set up the time when you're going to see each other, and then that's it. Like, you don't got to spend a whole bunch of time talking on the phone with a chick or texting a girl. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. Man. Woo! Oh, man. So what's going on, people? I am tired as fuck. He said, how do you combat it? How do you combat the shit, the societal conditioning that women have? See, what you got to understand is that a lot of it has to do with your verbal game and your energy. So a lot of times when you're talking to women, if you know how to bring something up in a way where they can sort of understand it and get them to the point where they want to be, then you're good. So basically what you got to understand is if you're talking to a girl and she's feeling you, right? Let's say, for example, this girl wants to have sex with you. You could tell she wants to have sex with you, but she thinks that, if I have sex with this guy, he's going to think I'm a slut. He's going to think I'm a hoe. He's not going to take me seriously anymore or whatever, right? So you have to know or notice, and this is why even in today's show we're talking about awareness. You have to be aware that this chick subscribes to the bullshit, right? So once you're aware that this chick subscribes to the bullshit, what you're doing is that you're giving her I don't want to say an excuse, because when you say excuse it sounds like bullshit, but you're giving her a reason, I should say, as to why she should be fucking you, and a reason as to why it's not going to be a big deal if she does have sex with you. A reason as to why she's not a slut or a whore for fucking you. So you're talking to her, be like, listen, we both grown adults, right? You like me, I like you, right? So, as a mature people, why don't we make this happen? What's stopping you? You're a grown woman, you're mature, right? So let's make it happen. So she wants to do it, and you're giving her that reason to rationalize it in her own mind to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you have, a chick come to you with those objections and all that other stuff, it's not necessarily that she even wants to go along with that. She's looking for a reason to, counter that. Right? Mike 23, he says, so how much should you text the chick? Well, you should text her maybe once, twice a week, if anything. Right? Since it's long, you said it's sort of long distance. If you see each other once a week, yeah, you could just hit her up once a week. It's not even that big of a deal. See, a lot of guys be thinking chicks is going to forget about them, or they're going to lose interest if you don't text them a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I got to text this girl. I got to build attraction. I got to keep it going. And it's like, nah, she's feeling you. She's feeling you. Now, the thing is, you don't want to not text her for like 3 weeks, but you don't want to text her every day. It is the balance. Once a week, that's a good amount of time. And the thing is, if a girl is feeling you, she'll probably hit you up even more than that. She might hit you up 2-3 times a week, but it's better that she's doing that than you're doing that. You feel what I'm saying? And even when she does do that, you might want to even keep it short sometimes. You don't want to be all up on the phone all day and all this other shit. You understand? Talking to a chick for 2 hours, 3 hours, talking about nothing. Hearing each other breathing on the phone for no reason. So, Crazy. You said that people were telling you to text young chicks every day till she likes you. Hilarious. You said if you only text her once a week, she's going to be thinking that you lost interest. No, she's not. See, she's going to think you're losing interest if she's hitting you up and you're not responding to her. So you can respond to her when she hits you up, right? But the thing is, you don't want to be texting her all the time because you want her basically to be chasing you. You want her to be the one. Like I had a video a while ago where I was like, don't give more than 50% to a chick, meaning that y'all are sort of like hitting each other up equally. Like you text her, she texts you back. You understand? And she texts you, you text her back. It's not you texting her 3-4 times and all this other shit and doing all the other craziness. And I'm saying if there's ever an imbalance, she should be texting you more. You feel what I'm saying? So if it's 70-30, it should be 70% of her texting you and 30% of you texting her back or whatever, hitting her back. You understand what I'm saying? So it should be her who is, trying to get at you. You feel what I'm saying? More, if anything. Because see, the thing with women, and this is the tricky part that where guys don't understand a lot, is that women, they a part of what attracts them to you is the feeling of not knowing they have you all the way or not having a lot of access to you. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Yeah, this DC from Ohio.
What's poppin'? What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Hey, I got a question about dating. Like when you're dating, you're supposed to take somebody to a place that you like, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, all right. So what's the person like? We don't really get out much. Like they just like staying at the house. What are they supposed to do?
If you just like staying at the house, well, the thing is, if you're trying to go out and you don't really have spots that you know of, you got to ask other people about certain spots. You feel what I'm saying? That might be cool. You understand? So that you'll know, okay, this sounds good, and so I'm gonna take her here. I'm gonna do this, but also you want to do stuff that is cheap, that costs not that much money. So this is why you want to make sure that it's a place that you know and that you're familiar with. You feel what I'm saying? And also you want to have a few places that you're familiar with, because let's say if there's a bar, one of your boys tell you, yeah, there's this spot, real cool, cheap drinks, everything is cool, the vibe is nice, and then you try to take a girl there, and let's say it's extremely crowded there or something's happening there where it's going to be too hectic to be there, then you go to the next spot that you know of. So it's good to first search around and understand what's happening in the area and different spots in the area that can help you out. Like they saying in the chat room, you got to use Yelp. Go on Yelp and see what the spots are in the area, because a lot of times, like, you could tell a chick, hey, just come back to my crib. You feel what I'm saying? If you're just trying to smash. But a lot of times that needs to be, in a lot of cases, it's more beneficial to make that happen if that's the initial conversation you have with the girl. So you can't tell a girl, hey, let me get your number, I'll take you out, let's go out on a date or whatever, or let's do this, let's hang out or whatever like that, and you're not letting it be known you just want to hook up, because then it goes from, hey, let's go out on a date, to, hey, just come to my house. And then, a lot of girls are going to be like, what the fuck is that? You understand? Because it's not consistent. So, you could take
Here's my situation. Right. Like, I don't really go out too much. Like, I'm mainly, I just, be at the house, play video games, watch the sports on TV, but that's really it. I mean,
right.
The going out thing, I ain't really into the going out all like that, man. I like chilling at the house. What's wrong with that?
Right. Well, then you're gonna have to put in some work to find chicks who ain't who are gonna be okay with chilling at the house on the first date. You feel what I'm saying? Or the first time they fucking with you. See,
that's the thing. Most of the most of the chicks, like when I try to talk to somebody, they like, you just can't bring me to your house and all that. I'm better than that. Like, you gotta spend some money and take them out. I'm not into that type of stuff.
Right, but see that, and that's what I'm saying. See, and again, this is what we talking about with today's show with awareness. You know that you don't feel like doing that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So what you got to do is you got to say, okay, how much work am I going to need to put in to find the chicks who are just going to want to come back to the crib? You feel what I'm saying? So if you know that that's what you want to do, you're going to know that you got to know that there's going to be a lot of girls who are going to basically not be down with that. You feel what I'm saying? But there are going to be girls who are going to be down with it. But you're going to have to go through, 15, 20, 30 girls to get to that one. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like off the top of your head, like can you think of any spot where, you find a chick like that? I mean, me personally, I think grocery store or something maybe, but I really can't think of nothing else,
Well, find chicks that like what? That want to just come straight to the crib?
Yeah, ain't really into going out their homebodies,
Well, the thing is, it's not necessarily a place you find them. It's more so how you approach them and how you talk to them. You feel what I'm saying? Because you could talk to a girl at the grocery store, at the bookstore, at the fucking club, at the bar, whatever. You could still find chicks that's down with coming to your spot. You can find them online. A lot of girls, I had a friend who most of the girls he met online, he would just tell them to come straight to the crib. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna cook you some dinner, blah blah blah. I'm real busy, but I want to, let's get together." So some of them will come to the house, but the reason why they did that was because he would sort of talk to them online, so they sort of felt like they knew him to a certain extent. So it wasn't no thing to come in the house. So you probably could do that, try to holler at chicks online. You feel what I'm saying? But
okay.
But the thing is, it's two things you got to do. You got to talk to a lot of different women to find those chicks, most of those chicks who are going to be down with that. And two, to increase the number of women who's going to be down with that, it all depends on how you come at it when you're talking to them, because it has to be framed in a certain way sometimes where it'll even make more sense for them to do that. You understand? You could even be like, listen, I usually don't do this, but I don't really be going out that much because I'm kind of busy doing my own thing here and there. So, you should definitely, I want to see you. So you should definitely come through to the crib. I'm going to order some food and we're going to kick it and watch this movie, blah, blah, blah. So, the way that you frame it, especially if you're flirting with the girl and talking to her and you can tell she's feeling you, most likely she'll make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you doing stuff like that where you're literally just trying to get the girl straight back, you're either gonna have to find one that wants to do that, which is more a smaller percentage. You feel what I'm saying? Like you talk to 100 girls and maybe like 8 or 9 of them might want to come back to your crib like that. Or you're going to have to talk to a bunch of girls and with your verbal game be able to take it from you just talking to them to you getting them interested in you to you bringing them back to the crib. You feel what I'm saying? So it's that type of shit, because a lot of times it's all about how the woman feels. So if you create a situation where she's feeling that way, she's gonna come through. You feel what I'm saying? So you definitely got to do that. And you got to go to Bad Boy membership, bro, because I have a whole program called Just Have Sex with Her, and it's titled Just Have Sex with Her: How to Get Girls Without Going on Dates. So that's the type of shit you need to listen to. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So I break it all the way down.
All right, man.
Yep. All right, man. I'm holler at you. Peace. But yeah, that's the thing, man. Yo, when you trying to just get it in with these chicks, you gotta fucking, you gotta go in. You got to go in. You gotta go in. Yeah, man. Definitely. You gotta go in. But yeah, you guys got to do that. If you're really trying to make shit happen, you got to figure out, this is what I want and this is what I got to do to get it. Because, you know, you're going to have a lot of chicks who's going to be on that shit. Like, oh, I don't know you. I'm not going to your house, blah, 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 blah. But there are certain girls who will fucking do it. But you got to have the willpower and the energy to go out there and grind. You see what I mean? Because you got to think about it this way. You got to think about when you got to look at it from a different perspective. If chicks generally, because girls love sex, you feel what I'm saying? But a chick, she a lot of times will, you know, be sexual or get sexual because she's like there's a feeling there at this point. You understand? Like her, like, you know, sometimes girls just be horny as fuck, and then sometimes girls, they get into that feeling of wanting to make it happen, right? So a lot of times guys will, you know, inspire that feeling within the girl, right? So, but the thing is, a girl, if she wants sex, she can get it at any time. So you have a moment where she's just horny, and then you have the moments where she needs to sort of like get warmed up. Now, if you meet a girl as she's in her horniness state and wants to make something happen, then it's easier to pull her back to the crib in those situations, right? In other cases, the girl, she's in the I gotta get warmed up stage. Even though she loves the sex, she has to get warmed up. I gotta feel it. I gotta feel you, whatever. A lot more girls will be like that because they can get sex anytime they want. And on top of that, a lot of the sex that they really enjoy is from guys who they really feel. And the guys who they really feel a lot of times are the ones who make them feel something. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, you got to understand that shit, man. You got to understand that shit. It's crazy. You should get the book Why Women Have Sex. Yeah, that's a good book. I actually read that shit. Crazy. What time is it? All right, we got like 10 minutes left. So I got to get ready for the other show. Probably eat something real quick. You know? But yeah. Frank Truth TV, you be asking some other type of questions. He said, why do you and other black people believe that blacks have to work twice as hard to get half as far in life, but the same logic doesn't apply to dating? He said it's true, especially for black women. See, Frank TV sound like a white dude now. Like he said. It's crazy. Because, see, you got to understand something. And that's an interesting question, too, by the way. Because, you know, if as a black person, there's a difference between, you know, getting shit popping as far as it pertains to money and wealth and all that other shit. There's a difference between that and just dating on some sex shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's two totally different fucking worlds. Like, there are similarities in the game when it comes to those things, but it's two different things. Trinity 5722, I appreciate that. Crazy. Truth TV said, he said, why do blacks believe that we are supposed to be a monolith? No, but see, that's the thing. It's not about that. It's about it's almost like if you're black, there's certain shit that you shouldn't be even asking. And if you are asking those things, that means you're not aware of reality. Either you're not aware of reality or you are aware of reality and you're trying to play dumb, or you're trying to, you know, be on that other shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you black, you should know or see or have seen the shit that's being talked about. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit should be no surprise to you. Even if it specifically didn't happen to you personally, it should be no surprise to you, because you see it all day on the internet, on TV. You have close friends, I'm sure, where some bullshit happened. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's poppin'? Who's this?
Yo, this is DJ Reyes calling out of Richmond, Virginia. What's up, Mr. Locario?
What's going on, man? What's poppin' with you?
All right, man. So look, I'm 21 years old. I've been watching your videos and everything, right? Followed everything. Kind of learned a lot from you. So my problem is with the brothers our age is that we getting tired of the girls. We get out on these Friday nights, we going to these clubs, whatnot, and it's like at the end of the day, you can talk to them, you can talk to them, run a game on them. You may get something out of it, later on at night, but it's like they don't be hitting you up after the fact. You know what I mean? And it's like they just be moving on. And even the ones you try to take seriously, you try to keep them around your corner, they run away too. But then they run to those bad boys that give them all that attention, and the next thing you know, they run back to you with the bullshit.
Right.
How do you handle that?
Well, that's the thing. You gotta be the dude that she can't run back to with the bullshit. See, you gotta understand there's different categories. Just like how you put chicks in a category, you'd be like, okay, she seems like wifey type. She seems like a jump off. You know what I'm saying? Like, women will put dudes in categories like, okay, this is the guy I'm gonna fuck. This is the guy I'm gonna use for attention. This is the guy that's gonna be in my friend zone. This is the guy that's gonna pay my bills, all that other dumb shit. So, a lot of times, women pick up on the vibe of the type of guy they think you are based off of how you respond to them. So, if you're the type of dude who responds to her coming back to you with bullshit, right? And just one particular girl, you could just say one girl did that to you, right? If she sees it, other chicks are going to probably see it later on also when you interact with them. So the fact that she's able to do that with you means there's other girls who, they'll probably be able to do that with you also. You feel what I'm saying? They'll probably think, okay, I could do that with this guy because since he seems like that type of dude. And you seem like that type of dude because you're basically being that type of guy, which is why the other girl could do that with you. You see what I mean? So a lot of times you got to be aware of how, these chicks are coming at you. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, so let's say it's like this. Say it's a dime, right? Say she a dime, right? So she getting that attention from those other guys, and you tell her straight up, like how you talking about, like I ain't on no something, but I'm trying to explain to her that there's simps out there, there's guys that gonna try to play her for the night. At the same time, you try to explain to her you are the guy that you trying to put in, into her life, to know that she shouldn't be fucking with these other guys and she should be with you.
But see, that's the thing. You even saying that, telling a girl like, yo, don't fuck with these other guys, you should be with me. That right there, you're putting her on a pedestal even by saying that. Because see, when you say a certain thing like that, right, you're basically telling her, hey, all these other guys want you. I also want you. You're the prize. You feel me? So so please pick me. That's and so now she's not even attracted to you like that in the long run, because she's like, what she wants is a nigga who's there, who doesn't really give a fuck about her. You understand what I'm saying?
I'll throw her the money left and right.
Or, like she wants some dude that's on some other shit because she wants to be able to latch herself onto you. You feel what I'm saying? She doesn't want you to be latching yourself onto her. You feel me? So a lot of times when you come with that energy, like, oh yeah, I'll be the right guy for you. These other guys out here, it'd be bullshitting. I'm trying to put you on, girl, because, so basically you're making it about her. You feel what I'm saying? Whenever you're dealing with a girl, you got to make it about you. You feel what I mean? You'd be like, yo, miss, listen, what you doing right now? Come roll with me real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then so you're giving her the opportunity to make a decision based off of what you're presenting her that's about you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of times the reason why you get all the pushback, or you get chicks that be on that bullshit, or, you get girls who, they're not really, responding to you like that, is because from literally the beginning of the interaction, there's something you're doing to show her that you're the type of guy who she should treat that way. Like literally, that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, and guys don't really notice this, and sometimes it's even in the shit that you communicate that's not necessarily like it's not anything that's blatant. It's very subtle sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? It's a subtle thing, because even what you just said, you probably didn't notice that by saying that it's making her think all these other things. You feel what I'm saying? You're putting yourself in the category of all these other guys. You're saying, I'm one of the guys who's competing for you. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what you're telling her. So now, instead of you being that nigga she wants to follow, you're that nigga that's competing for her. You feel what I'm saying? And
yeah,
so,
but here's at the same time, right? I see where you're coming from. At the same time, right? And I see exactly what you're saying.
Right.
And I'll do that, and I'll leave her alone. And then she'll still find some way to talk to me, and then she'll be like, "Oh, remember that time when such and such and such?" Because it's usually that time where, like, I know we picked up on that vibe where she thought about it. You know, she's trying to get some from me.
Right. Well, that's the thing too, is that, you know, again, these girls too are also wishy-washy, so you can't really. You know, see, this is the thing. Your shit has to be, like on point. And then what it is that sometimes the girls will come around, sometimes they won't. You understand what I'm saying? But your shit always has to be on point. So I'll give you an example. You have to, like, it's like if you are a fucking electronics store that sells expensive equipment, right?
Gotcha.
You got a motherfucker that's gonna come in there, he gonna be window shopping because he can't afford the shit. You feel what I'm saying? But you want the nigga to buy shit, but he can't buy shit right now because he's not ready to buy shit. You feel what I'm saying? So he'll come back around when he got the fucking money to buy shit. You feel what I'm saying? He'll come back around and buy the shit. So the same thing with women. A chick, she's, you know, around you, but she's not in the mental space or ready to even receive what you got going on with your shit. But you're still that store. You're still stable. You're not changing your prices. You're not turning it into a different store to accommodate to these niggas. Nah, this is what you do. So she has to come back around. So this is what I'm saying, that you have to be stable, but that stability has to be of a masculine guy who knows what the fuck he's doing and what he's talking about. It can't be of a guy who's competing with other niggas. Can't be a guy who's gonna, you know, sit there and talk to her about her problems. Can't be a guy who's gonna be worried about what she's feeling and all of that.
I already let them know. Like, as soon as they start texting that bullshit, like, oh, some other guy, I just like, no.
And see that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to nip that in the bud before it even gets there. You see what I mean? Because there should be no reason why she's even texting you about some other nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no reason at all. Like, once you see, if you see a chick or a chick hit you up and texting you about some other guy, you feel what I'm saying? That means that you've done something to make her think that it was okay for her to do that. You feel what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Now, what happens if you try and let's see what happens, right? You move on from that one. You know, you leave her in her corner, deal with her own mess.
Right.
You get this next one. She's feeling you. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you post little pictures online on the gram and everything. You know, she sees that and she's like, oh, so what? You didn't think I was the right one? And then she tried to turn it on you.
Well, that's a chick that be playing games and shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's why I be thinking it like that.
Right. Like, a lot. I'm telling you, like, see, that's why you, like I was saying, you just got to be on point with who you are. And what's going to happen is that the chicks who are ready to get down with it, they're going to get down with it. But again, you just got to be on point. Like, you got to be on point from Jump Street. From the moment you say what's up to this chick to the moment where y'all fucking around, whatever, it has to be consistently you on point. Because a lot of times what happens is guys don't start off on point. A lot of times they start off with like you were saying, like, you know, talking to her and saying, hey, you know, these other guys here and I'm better than those guys and doing all the other crazy shit. That if you starting off that way is going to be something that's not going to actually flow in the direction it needs to go in. So a lot of times it's really important to start off on point, because if you start off on point, you're never going to have some chick calling you talking about some other nigga. You feel what I'm saying? You're never going to have some chick that's going to be, walking around acting on some goofy shit. And the thing is, you're going to have chicks who will do that in general because that's just how they are. But what happens is that sometimes they're going to see how you are. So they're going to already check themselves before they even attempt to do that to you, because they're going to be like, I can't call this dude and talk to him about my problems because he ain't trying to hear that. But this other guy over here, I could do that all day with him because I see him sweating me. You feel what I'm saying? So everything that you do, everything from, and this is why I be telling dudes that they always got to be on point with all their shit. From the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you interact with a chick. All of this fucking shit, every fucking thing that you're doing, right? It's communicating something to her. You see what I'm saying? Even if, it's to the point where, do you know that if you go into a bar and you talk to like some goofy looking ugly chick, and then you try to holler at another, like a hot girl after her, that hot girl will be insulted that you're hollering at her because you just hollered at an ugly chick. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, she most likely already saw that in the background.
Right, you feel what I'm saying? So now by you just hollering at this other girl, you fucked it up for you and the hot girl, because now she's looking at you like the type of dude that fucks with those type of chicks, and she's looking at you like, why are you coming up to me now? You feel what I'm saying? So it's everything. It's everything.
Can I give you another scenario?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I went to this party, right? You know, so I'm 21 years old. You know, some people up there, 20. Usually the age group with us is probably like 20 to 23, 24. So I'm at this party, you know, trying to holler at this chick. She pretty, you know, she about like an 8, you know.
Right.
And of course, you know, there's always at least, you know, other niggas around and stuff. They were simping. Now, what do you do if you're the guy in the situation, right? You controlling everything. You vibing with the girl and everything. And it's that simp that comes and tries to, like, literally, like, just obliterate the whole thing that you try to, you know, create.
Right.
The whole vibe you try to create. You see, like, these 2, 3 simps, they, you know, they really trying to get they dick sucked, and you just trying to take the girl home. You know, you're just trying to actually do the whole master plan, but you're trying to do it in a different light.
Right.
And then they come in and they're trying to do their own stuff, but they doing it like the hot nigga way.
Right. So you're saying you trying to mess with it. You saying if you're trying to mess with a specific girl, and then those simp dudes come and try to get at her also.
Yeah. How would you control the situation to get her and yourself away from the simps without the simps following?
Well, this is the thing. You remove yourself from the situation and let her talk to the simps, right? And then so what you do is, as you remove yourself from the situation, you talk to other people, you move around, you do your thing, and then what happens is that you go back to her, and if she's really trying to fuck with you, she's gonna leave with you, because the thing is, a lot of those times, the chicks will entertain those simps, but she's not really into them unless she's one of those dominant women. Dominant women are usually the ones that like simps. You feel what I'm saying? And so
alpha women.
Right. The quote unquote alpha women or whatever. They're the ones that like simps, right? So if she's like that, you probably don't even want to fuck with her anyway. But if she's a feminine type of chick, she's not gonna want the simp anyway. So you can leave her for a minute. And the thing is that if you remove yourself, she's gonna think, oh shit, well, I hope this guy didn't leave me. You know, she's gonna be like, I hope he didn't leave me, or I hope he is not gonna go find nobody else. So either she's going to come back to you and run after you and try to see what's up with you, or what you do is after a few minutes or a while, you go back to her and you say, hey, you know, let's get out of here real quick, and then she'll just bounce with you. You don't necessarily need to compete with those guys. You don't need to try to take the attention back and all that shit. You just remove yourself, and then it's gonna, you know, the chick's gonna follow through. It's just like let's switch it around. If you was talking to a chick that you was feeling and you thought she was cute or whatever, and then these 3 goofy other chicks come up to you and they start talking to you about some bullshit, and then the hot chick walks away, you're gonna be like, fuck, the hot chick walks away while I'm talking to these motherfuckers. You understand? You're gonna try to go back and find the hot chick. It's the same thing. So you remove yourself from the situation, and then you go back and, you know, you make that happen. You feel what I'm saying? So that is it, man. But yo, I gotta head out in a second. But thanks for the call, yo. I appreciate that, man.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right, peace. All right, people. Yo, listen, I got to go. I'm about to do the dating advice hour with Steve the Dean. So make sure you guys jump over there to Steve Williams' page. And after that, I'm gonna put that on here. And I want to thank you guys for checking everything out, and you know, hanging out. Shout out to Justin Bing, Sticky E, Momo Unchained, Frank TV. Who else we had in here? Chris Martinez, Trinity 5722, Caribbean Nights. Who else we had up in this piece? Haunted House. Who else is up in here? Female Pimp is in the building. The Rays. Mondre, Frank Truth. Did I say Frank Truth TV? I think I did. Frank Truth is all over this place today in the chat room. Mark B2 Raw. Man, shout out to all of y'all. Make sure you guys keep a lookout for the Bad Boy Seminar. I'm going to put up some clips soon. And make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. All right, so I'm out of here, guys. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.